Yeah, definitely. We were quite nervous, to be honest with you, in the beginning. Them coming out with their three-prong pace attack. So we didn't give them the wicket that they wanted, but in saying that, it was still very challenging. So I'm happy with the guys, the way they held their own. Straight after lunch, I think there were a couple of soft dismissals there when batters got in, and sort of hopefully could have cashed in and made it a lot better for our team, but unfortunately getting in and getting out is never going to help the team's cause. Yes, the wicket got harder, it spun a bit more, reverse swing was going to come into play, and so it's going to be tough, but that's Test cricket. But for 3 days I think we were competitive and we fought pretty hard, and for an inexperienced side probably we need to try and better ourselves when it gets deeper into the game, and hang in there, and put prices on our wickets and complement our bowlers' hard work. No, I wanted to go 5 days. I honestly felt we were good enough to do that, and I think if we had a better session at lunchtime today, after lunch, we would have done that. And but I think there's a lot more positives than there were negatives, and for guys who haven't played a lot of cricket and guys that are very inexperienced, I think we can be very proud of 80% of the cricket we played. Well, I think now that Dale and Morna have gone out the way, that's going to give us a bit of confidence, I think. But in taking nothing away from which bowlers will come in for the 3 one-days, we know what they're all about, and they're world-class bowlers too. So, but it's a new challenge. We're more comfortable with the one-day format, I guess, and Bulawayo is also not a very fast-paced wicket, and it's probably more suited to our bowling. I think on a pretty flat wicket, I think our 2 seamers were exceptional. I think Chalky, Tanashi Panyangara didn't get hit for a boundary in 31 overs. So little things like that, that's a huge plus. Chitara was backed him up really well, and Tiripano bowled well in stages. Yes, Bangladesh is going to be slow and flat and turning wickets, so I think it won't be too much different to this. And so we know what to expect, but I think maybe if we get 2 good spinning options together, then Bangladesh, we can be a lot more of a threat. I think John, a debut fifer, that's fantastic by anyone's standards, and he's a guy who's been around for a long time in first-class cricket. But I think he was first to admit that he even bowled some bad balls, and he was a little bit disappointed how much runs he went for, but I'm sure there was a lot of nerves there for him, and he just kept plugging away, and like he'd been playing Test for a couple of years, and he was very responsible, and he thought it through, and I think he can only improve. I think his consistency, his line and length will only get better with the more he's part of the national team. Yeah, it's massive. It's doesn't come around that often, but I think with the way the guys have gone about their business in the last 3 days, it certainly gives the younger guys that belief, that say, wow, I've held my own against the best bowler in the world, and I've bowled to some of the better batters, or definitely in my opinion 2 of the better batters in the world cricket, Hashim and AB, and these guys, and so it can only do us some good, and just hopefully we can get more of this, because it can only help us in the future. No, it was never easy, but it was manageable. I think the wicket certainly was quite obviously quite slow in pace, but when Dale Steyn starts reversing the ball, he's quick through the air. It doesn't matter how the pitch plays, he's always going to trouble you. So we just we're happy with the way we came out on top. Yeah, Steve is a guy I've known him. We've all known him for many years. He's been around for a long time. He's a hard taskmaster, and he certainly drills the players very hard, and he demands a lot of hard work from them, and he's certainly getting that out of them. So he's still new to the head coach role, and I'm sure he'll develop and keep pushing the guys. I'm actually quite relieved of it right now. I think we'll still work very closely together. We have done, even when I've been in charge for the last 2 years. We've bounced many ideas off each other, so that won't change. So Yeah, I think I'm quite relieved. But Alton's, I'm sure, relishing the challenge again, and hopefully it gets the best out of him, and because he'll be vital for his bowling and batting for the team if he clicks.